Hey traders, today we're going to be talking about ILS. I'm not going to waste any of your time. Let's get right into it. So, why do we use this? Because you've probably experienced this where price shifts to your SL and then gives you the full TP, and you get really mad and it messes up your psychology for the next trades. So, how to avoid this? ILS. So there are two types of ILS. Let's just quickly check them. This is type 1. Okay, this is a bearish example. Now, what do we have here? We have a bullish order flow, and then over here, what we did is that we gave a change of character. Maybe you've checked and there is a point of liquidity or Asia highs, whatever. Okay, there's a point of liquidity, and then you know the price will shift to the downside. So what do traders mostly do is that they wait for a change of character that we got here, and then they look for entries on any fair value gap that has formed while giving the change of character, and they target sell side. But as you can see, price will shift up to your SL, then give the real move. Now, how do you avoid this? By ILS. So basically, there are two types of ILS. This is the first type, and what you can do there, you can do two things here. You can either place your sell limit right here, but then you will have a floating SL. You won't have a point to keep your SL at. You can do that to top tick, like if you like top ticking. I personally won't recommend that, but you can top tick like that. And then the second thing that you can do is that you can wait for a break of structure after the ILS. Now we have a protected high. We know that this high will not be taken. This is a really protected high, sorry. So then we wait for a break of structure, and then we look for point of interest to trade off of, just like that, and we place a trade at the point of interest. Our stop loss would be over here because this is a protected high, and then we target sell side. Now the second example, here it is. So we are in a bullish order flow. We know that there's a liquidity sweep or Asia highs, whatever, over there, and we know that price will now shift to the downside. In this example, you can see that we gave a change of character, but then we did not take that high. What happened here, you may ask? So basically, what happened is that we gave a break of structure over here. Now, people, what will they do? They'll place the trade over here with any sort of point of interest, and then they'll target sell side. But they'll put the stop loss there, and then price will shift to the stop loss, and then give the real moves. Now, how can you avoid that? Again, ILS. See, basically, the now the bearish order flow is like this, right? So when we have here, we have a lower low, a higher low, and then a lower low. So over here, to validate this lower high, we will need to close below this lower low, right? That is common sense. Okay. Now what do? We basically look for this this lower high to be validated. We have a validation over here because we closed below this low. Okay, and then this is now a valid lower high. So the ILS point shifts from here to here because this is the next lower high. So we can again, in this example, I would recommend to place your entry over there and then target that. But if you want to be more careful, then you can wait for the ILS again, and then a break of structure once again, as you can see right here, a break of structure right there, and then you can look for any sort of fair value gaps or anything over here, and then you can enter off of that as well. That basically depends on your risk and whatever. But here, what do we know is that this is now a protected high right here. Why? Because this is a ILS high, internal liquidity sweep. So this is basically the concept of ILS, and this is the best entry model in my opinion. I'm going to show you some real examples. This is actually a trade I took yesterday. See, these are the trades I took yesterday. Okay, now on the first one, let's just ignore this. This was just a normal 1:2. Okay, over here, what happened over here? Okay, we took Asia lows, and then we had also taken previous lows, so we are now bullish. I know market will now turn bullish. Over here, what happened is that we already gave a market structure over here. market structure shift. Now this over here, you can also see there's a break of structure. It's really small, but you can see it. We can also see a break of structure right there. So now this is a valid low, isn't it? You could have placed entry over here, but I got a little bit late. And then you can see again, this is a valid low. Okay, this is a valid low because we closed above this previous lower high, higher high, my bad. This is a now a valid higher low. Now we can expect price to come back here, and then I entered right over here. And then I targeted Asia highs. I'll even put proof on the screen right now. Again, I traded this downward move. This was one of the best trading days for me. Now see, what basically happened here over here, we took Asia highs, okay? Now I was expecting, I didn't want to trade this completely, but I was expecting price to shift bearish, and if it would, then I would enter. Now here, what happened is basically we got a market structure shift right here. As you can see, we got a market structure shift, and then we have a fair value gap as well. You could have entered over here, but then your stop loss would have gotten hit. You know what happened is that I put this trade on a Discord server, and everyone was like, yeah, my stops are there, my stops are there, but their stops got hit over here, and then I entered over here. I will show the proof on screen right now. I legit entered over there, and then look at price. Look at what price did. Kept falling. Why? Because this is ILS. This is why ILS is super, super important. So basically, we have this as a valid high. Now, what happened over here? You can see that this got rated. Okay, this got rated. That's why when the protected high is really close to the previous high, I would recommend having a floating SL. But if you cannot afford that and you're in drawdown or something, then you can again wait for a break of structure like this. See, we got a break of structure over here. We have this fair value gap right over here. You could have entered off of like this, and then you could enter off of here, which just stops over there, and you could have still bagged this trade down to there. Okay, as you can see, beautiful. So using this concept, I caught okay, wait, 13 RR, and then 11 RR, that's 24 RR, and then we got a 1:2, a small 1:2, so 27 RR basically. So yeah, let's just not count that. 24 RR based on ILS. Not completely, but yeah, the best entry model in my opinion. Over here, when people reacted that, oh no, my stops got hit, I entered after their stops got hit because of ILS, and then it just ran to their TP, and they got so mad, but I took the profits. And that was basically what ILS is. It is a really, really, really good concept. I would recommend y'all to use this in your trading. It's a really good concept. Now, if you found this video any helpful, if you got any sort of knowledge from this, please consider subscribing. I am going to be uploading more videos. If you want any explanation on any other concept, then put it in the comments below. I will 100% answer, and I will 100% make a video on your concept. And yeah, just like, subscribe, share, and yeah, enjoy.